welcome. This is Yin Yoga, and my name is Akasha Kirti, or Stuff Feller. And Yin Yoga is this really beautiful practice where we get to reconnect with the yin part of who we are. So in all of us, there's yin and yang, or yang it's sometimes called. And as one waxes, the other wanes. And a lot of times we're really tuned in primarily to this yang energy, this very outward, expressive, heated, active. We associate it with male energy, sun energy. And so a yin yoga practice is one where we move into the feminine aspect of us. It's cooler, it's moon energy, it's calmer. It's this gentle, soft yoga where we do long held poses that are typically close to the ground. And as we're in these poses, we get to soften our joints, our bones, and into the connective tissue. So for tonight, our practice is going to be on elimination, basically. So these are all poses that help with a healthy digestive system, an elimination system, and immune system. These are really key for having good, strong resistance to disease. So before we move fully into the practice, go ahead and find a nice tall seat, placing one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Let your eyes close. And one of the most essential things that we do in a yin practice is we just start to get comfortable being inside of our body, just really noticing our body. That's going to be naturally more comfortable or uncomfortable for some people. But just taking a few moments to really observe what's happening inside of your body. How are you feeling? What are you thinking? How is your breath moving? What are the sensations in your physical body? And everything you encounter, just notice it, welcome it, let it be, move to the next thing. For a couple of moments, just noticing anything and everything you can that's happening inside of your body. Maybe you even start to notice the things on the surface of your body or around your body, like the way that the ground feels under your feet, or the temperature of the air around you. And now start to slow down the breath and become present by inhaling deep down into the belly so that the belly comes out and pushes into the hand. And then inhale last into the upper chest. Exhale from chest all the way down, belly exhales last. Then inhale belly again. Up to chest, exhale chest to belly. A few rounds of breath like this. Long, deep, slow breath. Make your inhales and exhales equal length. And as you continue to breathe for a couple more breaths, connecting to your intention for the practice. What do you have a heartfelt desire to become? Imagine with these last breaths that you are already that. What would that feel like? And then release your hands and let's move into our first pose. So it's the only standing pose we ever do in Yin Yoga. It's going to be a forward fold. So let your knees bend a lot at first. Bend all the way forward. Let your head release. And here you can grasp opposite elbows, or you can just let your arms dangle down to the ground. Might feel nice to do some gentle swaying motion of the torso or the neck. And with this little inversion, we won't be here long. You can straighten up the legs as your legs start to feel warm if you'd like, or keep them nice and bent. And just breathe. Maybe just imagining that all of the stress of this week, which has been enormous, just drips off of the top of the head and down into the earth in this pose. Feel it moving. And then as you, as you inhale, draw from the energy of the earth. Feel the inhale come from feet down into the earth, all the way up through the bottoms of your feet. And then exhaling, let the stress just drip off. Might even feel good to sort of shake your hands or flick your fingers for a moment at the end of this pose, to just feel like you're releasing, actively releasing all that stress. And then we'll move from here right into the next pose, maybe walking the feet out a little bit wider than hip width, and bending down into a squat. So if your heels don't all come all the way to the ground, feel free to roll a towel or a blanket underneath them. You can also get a block or pillow and sit on that if you'd like. Bring your hands in to prayer pose. So pressing out through your elbows, thumbs come into your sternum, sternum presses back into your thumbs. Let your eyes close, your head can hang heavy here or can stay lifted, whatever feels best. Sometimes it feels like when we've got all this going on in the world, when we've got all of this stress from the winds here, and people have got fires and floods and everything else. It feels like, where do we go for support in all of this, right? Because everybody's suffering. So where's my support? Where do I reach? So what I want you to do is imagine going deep down into your navel point right now. And imagine that down in that navel point is a well, a huge well of strength. It's you. And just imagine for a minute. Give it a color or a shape or a sound. Or maybe it's just light. And as you inhale in this position, imagine that glowing color or light getting bigger and bigger. Begin to imagine it filling up your body, beginning to move up into your belly, up into your chest. Feel it expand with every inhale, moving into your heart, creating spaciousness in your heart. Feel it move through the back of your body, through your shoulders, through your throat, up through your face, relaxing your face. Feel it move through the crown of your head. Feel it travel down your arms, your legs, your feet, your hands. Feel it expand to include the space all the way around your physical body. Feel your own strength and draw on it. Not from the fragile human part of you that is tired, that is worn, not from there. From the part of you that is always strong, that is always lit up. Draw from there. Let it hold you. Let this you that's trudging through life soften into the arms of that strength. There you go. Gently release out of this pose. And just ask your body what it needs for a moment. Maybe it wants to move back into that forward fold, or maybe it wants to come onto the ground, or maybe it needs a stretch. Listen to it. And then whenever you're ready, move into child's pose. Let your big toes touch. Open your knees wide. Walk your hands down. And you can either have them on the sides of your body or out in front of your body. Maybe tonight it would feel good to do it like embryo or baby pose on the side of your body. So you're sort of curled up in a ball, forehead on the ground. And just soften here, soften through the shoulders. Just feel that whole stretch across your shoulders and your upper back get soft. The back of your heart soft, the back of your neck soft. And just be a baby here for a minute, being held by that larger you. Just be held. And as you stay here in child's pose, let's clear our minds a bit. So that fog, that overthinking that we've had to do or done. Imagine breathing again from the earth and have it travel up through your forehead, the space that's touching the ground. Imagine it traveling into the center of your brain on the inhale. And on the exhale, imagine it exhaling out the crown of your head. Coming in through the space in your forehead, between your eyebrows, and out through the crown of your head. Let your breath be full and deep here. Clear it out. And now let your whole body assist you in this clearing by imagining that you're breathing from every direction into your whole body, every cell of your body breathing in and coming to that center point in the middle of the brain. You can imagine it like a little golden egg. And then exhaling with all of that same force and power out the crown of the head. As you inhale, begin to call on the strength of everyone else's larger self. All of us that are here virtually. Inhale all of that power. Pull it all in to the center of your mind and then exhale it. Feel yourself both giving and receiving at the same moment. Feeling alone is an illusion. Okay, feeling like your life or the experiences of your life at this moment in time are too much for you is an illusion. You've got this. Breathe. Feel the support that is there. Beautiful. Can you turn the dial up just a couple of notches so that you're receiving just a little bit more, you're giving just a little bit more? And those are always in balance. Just a little more. Maybe your breath responds by being a bit deeper. And feel your body respond to this increase in breath, this increase in support by getting softer. All those little knots and worries and little knits in the muscle, just feel them unwind and get soft, pliable. Beautiful. Begin to make your way up slowly out of child's pose. And just close your eyes. Who cares what I say to do? What does your body want? What kind of movement or stillness is it asking for? It's always communicating with you. Now, whenever you're ready, an invitation to come into Sphinx pose. Coming down onto the belly. Putting elbows underneath shoulders, hands are on the ground, and maybe your feet come close to one another. If this is already too much, too close to your edge for your low back, walk your elbows forward away from your body, or even draw a pillow or something underneath your chest. From here, you can let your head hang heavy. Maybe it rests on a block, or maybe it just hangs. Feel your belly pressing into the ground here on the inhale. Notice what's happening in your belly. Is there tension there? It's often a place where we store tension. Love whatever you find, welcome whatever's there. And let's start to support that belly by imagining drawing in from the earth, the powerful earth. Draw in goodness into the belly. Exhale out of the heart. Just imagining drawing in through the belly, out of the heart. Maybe there's a nice soothing green or blue color you can imagine coming from the heart of the earth into your belly. So that as it moves into your belly responds by getting soft and loosening. Be gentle with your body. If this is too much for the low back, make an adjustment. If it's not enough, make an adjustment. Maybe pressing the palms into the ground and coming up into seal. Can you soften through the neck? Can you soften through the shoulders? When that starts to feel complete, you can move any supports that are there and just come all the way onto the belly to rest for a moment. Now staying on your belly and just moving your left leg. Sorry, the lighting is bad. Moving your left leg so that it's coming out at a 90-degree angle from your body. And just stay on the belly. Just breathe here, feel nice and soft. Very good. Just a nice stretch through that outer hip. We're still pressing our internal organs into the ground, especially on the inhale, massaging them. You can choose which ear is to the ground here, whatever feels best. Sometimes the simplicity of a pose can make us think that we're not doing enough. So your invitation in this moment is to feel like this pose in this moment is exactly enough. I am enough. This is enough. It's enough to just relax. It's enough to let go. It's exactly what's in order. It's exactly what's needed. Just get soft. How can you stay present with your body in this moment? How can you stay with the sensation in your body or the feeling of your breath? And then staying on the belly and just moving the opposite leg up. 90 degrees away from the body, resting the head, resting the arms. Maybe you can even notice the feel of your heartbeat in your navel point, or imagine you can feel it. Imagine feeling it beat with the center of the earth. Make sure you're not holding through the shoulder or holding yourself away from the mat. Soften, relax. Stay here just a bit longer. See if you can soften even more. Good. Now let that leg go out straight and just see if there's any movement that your body is asking for right now. Okay, and then from here moving into a supported bridge pose. So a block is helpful if you have one. You can use anything you've got, a pillow, anything at all. Come lying on the back. Press your feet into the ground. Lift your hips and then place your block or pillow under your sacrum, the base of the spine. Should feel really good, a nice setting down of the pelvis and letting go. And then I like to walk my feet out so they're a little wider than my hips and let my knees fall in on each other. And an invitation to do a little breath pattern here. So placing the left hand on the chest, the left fingers pointing toward the right arm. I'll sit up so you can see me. And then the right hand on top of it. So hands are just stacked on top of one another, thumbs point up. From here, begin inhaling through the nose. And as you exhale, exhale through a curled tongue that's slightly extended from your mouth. Or if you can't curl your tongue, just extending the tongue a little bit out of the mouth and feeling the air move across it. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through that rolled tongue. Just keep going if this feels good. This is a really powerful way to move into a meditative mind where everything can become still. And anytime we use this breath pattern, it's called Sitali breath. It's a cooling, calming breath. If you're finding you're having to strain your arms to maintain this mudra, you can just release your hands and continue the breath pattern. Or if you have extra blocks or pillows around, you can set those underneath your elbows so that you can still relax the arms and continue to hold your hands in this mudra. Let the breath be equal length of inhale and exhale, long, deep, and slow. Pelvis is heavy, softening down into your support. Sometimes there's a slightly bitter taste in the tongue when you do this breath pattern. And that's just letting you know that your body is detoxifying. Just another minute or so here. Maybe the breath can be even deeper, even slower, even gentler. Really let the belly fill with air. So much room for it to fill in this position. Release the breath pattern and just observe your mind in this moment, your body, the effect. Press your feet into the ground, lift up, remove your support, and then slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Feel your back connect with the ground, and it might feel good to windshield wiper the legs or do a little rocking on the spine for a moment. Maybe bringing the knees into the chest and stretching through the low back this way. And eventually making your way onto your side and coming back to a seated position. From here, we'll move into a heart opener with butterfly pose. So my favorite way to do this is with 2 blocks, but I know you may not have those at home. I'll show you how to do it with blocks and then give you some options. So if you do have blocks and a bolster or a pillow, you can set one block up lengthwise. The other one is going to lie down flat, so like this. You'll place your pillow or bolster on top of it and then just lie down. Okay. So if you don't have blocks, you can do this with just a pillow all the way down or maybe a couple of pillows. So just kind of play with a support system. As long as you've got your chest opening a bit, then you're doing it just right. And then placing the soles of the feet together, opening the legs wide, knees open to the sides. Maybe your palms are just resting on our face up, back of the hands resting on the ground a bit away from the body. Or maybe there's an invitation here, since we're working on digestion and elimination, to just do some gentle massage with your hands at the low navel. Wherever you find your hands, imagine them filled with a healing energy. So feel them, or imagine you can feel them getting warm. And imagine with the inhale that the hands are getting warmer and warmer, more and more powerful, connected to healing energy. Then if you like, you can take those hands and place them somewhere on your body that's in need of some healing support. So maybe if your head is feeling headachy or congested, you could put your hands here, or maybe at your throat or your heart or your belly or your legs, anywhere that your body needs some support. And just imagine that beautiful healing energy pouring from your hands into that part of your body, and just giving it lots of love, lots of spaciousness. Maybe after you've been here for a minute, you notice somewhere else asking for some love or attention. Feel free to put your hands there. Couple more minutes here. Feel your heart opening. An invitation to imagine yourself standing in front of you. And then exhaling, imagining the exhale moving out of the heart and onto you, onto this version of you standing in front of you. Maybe to a version of you that's feeling wounded or tired. Just send this you lots of love. Just imagining comforting this part of yourself. No judgment, no frustration, no anger, just pure love. Like you would comfort a child who is hurting. Notice how you look from this perspective, from these different eyes. Can you see yourself with compassion? Maybe this other you needs to be held or rocked or spoken to. And maybe you stay with this image, or maybe someone else is present, someone that needs some love and support. And you can imagine just breathing through your heart space to support this person. Knowing that just the intention to support and this breath that is moved through that higher consciousness center of the heart space is helping. It does help. Feel your own heart getting softer and more open as you give in this way. Feeling it be strengthened. It's enough, it's all enough. Maybe for the last few moments here, rubbing the palms of your hands together to generate some heat. And then placing those palms over your eyes. Then giving yourself a little massage on your face, massaging along your jawline, your temples, your forehead. The very tender touch here. Maybe pulling a bit on your ears, even massaging down the back of your neck. Just give yourself some love, some attention. Whenever that feels like it's complete, you can put your hands to the outside of your thighs and just help your legs back together. Maybe rolling off of your support system. And then just moving any way that feels good for a couple of moments. We're going to be making our way now into Shavasana. So if there's any final poses that would feel good, maybe a little bit of a twist or happy baby, feel free to do that now. And then if you're just doing yin yoga, make sure you do a nice Shavasana here at the end, at least a good 5 minutes. If you're going to join me for a Yoga Nidra, the guided meditation for our Shavasana, that will just be on a separate video that will load in just a moment here. Thank you for being here.